Hey guys, so today I'm here to share a few predictions of what I think might happen in the third Trials of Apollo book, The Burning Maze. So as I make this video, it's coming out in about 3.5 months or so, and I think a lot of us are quite enthusiastic to find out what happens. So today I'm just going to share a few predictions of what I think might happen in the book. Okay, first prediction. The third emperor of the Triumvirate. I predict he's going to be Augustus Caesar. He's the only one who's been history tells us he's been in a triumvirate beforehand. That might make things interesting. Also, another name for him is Octavian, who of course was a key character in the Heroes of Olympus. And since they're going to Camp Jupiter, that might make that does seem to suit him pretty well. We know his palace of the third emperor is going to be in a land of scorching death, and we know it's going to be in the American Southwest. So why not Death Valley, California? Death Valley also, I think it's a brief mention in the Hidden Oracle, unless I'm wrong. So that does seem Death Valley. I reckon it's a suitable candidate for the Emperor's Palace. So that's my first prediction. Second prediction. Back in the Battle of the Labyrinth in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, there's an unknown monster that chases Percy, Annabeth, Grover and Tyson into Alcatraz. We don't know what that monster is, but I predict we're going to find out in this book. Third prediction. On the journey into the labyrinth, Meg and Grover, I predict they're going to have some talks about nature. I mean, it makes sense. Meg's the daughter of the plant goddess. Grover is a nature spirit. So I reckon that'll definitely be a topic of conversation. Also, I reckon we might see Juniper, Grover's girlfriend, again. I mean, Meg summoned Grover through the soil, so why couldn't she summon Juniper through the trees? So I reckon it would be quite nice if Grover and Juniper get to see each other again. Okay. Prediction 4. Back in the Battle of the Labyrinth again, Annabeth tells us that Clarice found an entrance to the labyrinth in Phoenix, Arizona. So I reckon at some point in the Burning Maze, they're going to go there. Also, I reckon they might see Clarice again there. Rick mentions that in every character will get another mention. Well, not every character, but every main character will get another mention in the Trials of Apollo series. So I reckon this could be a great time for Clarice to show up. And Jason, Piper, and Neo starts the Lost Hero in the Grand Canyon. That's in Arizona. So I reckon maybe Apollo and the gang will go there. Okay, so we know in the first two books there's been a problem with the communications. They've been taken down for some reason, and the Triumvirate knows they're the one that's taken them down. So I reckon that during the book, some light is going to be shed on this communications problem, possibly the cause of it, how it can be stopped. After all, Literacies said in the Indianapolis Zoo that he knows what's been happened. But throughout the Dark Prophecy, he transferred over to, well, the good side, if you will. So I reckon that he'd be all too happy to help, Apollo and everyone, how the problem could be stopped. Okay, next prediction. Back in the Battle of the Labyrinth, Percy and friends visit the ranch in Texas, and I'm almost certain that they're going to go there. Not least because it would be nice to see how Eurytion, the assistant cowherd, is dealing with the ranch. Also, on that ranch, there's red cows, Apollo's sacred animal. It almost screams that they're going to go there. So that's my next prediction. And finally, some of my probably bigger predictions. Okay, in The Lost Hero, Jason, Piper, Leo, and Coach Hedge, they come to King Midas's house in Omaha, Nebraska. King Midas asks Lit, his son, why did they decide to come to Nebraska? Lit says there was an oracle. We heard there was an oracle here. There you go. And there's only one oracle it could be. I mean, we've already had the Grove of Dodona in Camp Half-Blood, the Cave of Trophonius in the Blue Spring Caverns, the Oracle of Erythea, possibly in Death Valley, and Delphi in the Caverns of Greece. There's only one that could be, the Sibylline books. I reckon that at some point in the book, Apollo, Meg, and the others, and whoever's with them, will go to somewhere in Omaha, Nebraska, and find a copy of the Sibylline books. After Ella the Harpy, she had to have seen a copy of the books from somewhere, and I reckon that copy was hidden in Omaha. last prediction of the night, at least for now. That's all I could think of. And we know that the last Emperor wants to destroy Camp Jupiter by burning it down. I reckon that Apollo, Meg, and Grover will reach Camp Jupiter just as the battle starts. And I reckon that in the fire, the copy of the Sibylline books will accidentally get burnt in the fire. After all, the Grove of Dodona mentioned the verse, "Westward burning, pages turning." That's quite a lot to think about. So, yeah, so those are my predictions for the Burning Maze. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and if there are any predictions that you might have of the book, please let me know in the comments, and let me know if there's any that you think, any of my predictions you think are true or not true, or just tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching, everyone.